LinkedIn is more complicated than this. And the amount of time you need to spend in connecting with your potential clients, sending them direct messages, following up with them afterwards is crazy. And this is why I recorded this video in order to show you how to send automated messages on LinkedIn. And to make this video even cooler, I invited the founder of one of the most well-known LinkedIn automation tools out there, Linked Helper 2, Alexander, to help me out and set up the entire campaign from A to Z. In this video, we go into wild details on how the whole thing is set up. We show you a ton of tricks. We show you some of the message templates, and Alexander shares a ton of different tips on how to make this tool even more powerful and save even more time and get the most out of it. So make sure you check out the whole thing, subscribe to the channel, show me some love by smashing that like button, and let's get right to it. Linked Helper, launching it here. And the way the tool works, unlike any other tool, is you basically launch it on your computer, and it basically behaves as if it's you doing this work. And it's not a cloud-based solution, which makes it safer than the other tools because it literally works as if you were doing this whole thing on yourself on LinkedIn. While we're here on LinkedIn, Alexander, where do I go now? What do I do?
Yeah, let's go to LinkedIn accounts. Actually, you already edited, so just hover the mouse over your LinkedIn account and press green play button.
And if you don't have the LinkedIn account edit here, you'd go to add account and then basically just do all the steps necessary for the tool to operate.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can operate with several accounts from the one machine.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can have like several LinkedIn accounts all running the campaigns for you. I think it's really good for like an agency or any organization with more than basically one person, because you can utilize all LinkedIn connections there from different accounts. Because from one account on Sales Navigator, you can only send up to 800 connection requests on a monthly basis. So that gives a lot of power. Now, start an instance. What does start an instance mean actually?
Actually, each account has own space, like a different browser. For LinkedIn, it looks like it is a Chrome web browser. So basically, instance, it's another window of the browser. And here you can work manually with your LinkedIn account, like in browser.
So yeah, it's actually is a browser. So you can like change the address here and have it load something else. Like you can literally go and say change. Let's see if it works. That's my profile. Yeah, and there we go. It's loaded up. So it is like a browser. Great. So now I'm here. What do I do next? How do I send the automated messages?
Yeah, let's create a new campaign. So let's go to the campaigns.
Okay.
You are in the basic UI interface. So at the left side where you can see your campaign name, let's hit the plus button, create new campaign.
Yeah, so it's here. Okay, create new campaign.
We will start from the simple campaign where we invite people and then once they accept our connection request message, we will send them some follow-up messages. So let's type some meaningful name for our campaign.
Okay. And before we go actually into the campaign name, I wanted to ask you, because there's a whole bunch of like different campaigns. And personally, every time I launch a campaign, I use this one first. I would really like this warm up, invite, and follow up campaign. So
Yeah,
maybe we can do that.
you're right. You're right. So
Let's do this one.
the difference is simple. Before we invite somebody, we will warm up them to increase our acceptance rate. So we will follow up profiles and like some their posts or articles in LinkedIn, and then only send connection requests. Okay. Let's switch to this guy.
Let's do that one. Let's do that one. Because it's like you almost go around and give something to people before you send them a connection request. It's a little action, but they kind of get used to yourself more. So they see you popping up in their profile because LinkedIn is reporting that stuff to them, and they see you liking their posts, and then they're more likely to accept as a result. So we're going to pick this campaign, and the sidebar immediately changes to a bunch of like the actual steps of what the campaign looks like. It's pretty cool. And for the campaign name, going to call this SEO agencies, because that's a type of the campaign that I want to run right now. So I'm going to pick something simple, and I'm going to click. I guess it's next button is there.
Great campaign.
Create campaign. There we go. Okay. Now it's asking me a whole bunch of questions. So what's this one?
So it asks, do you want to follow up profiles first? Yes, we want. Then just hit the next button.
So we want to follow profiles because once you follow, people see that you follow, and then once you send a connection request afterwards, it's they're more likely to accept once again because they saw you before that you followed them.
Yeah, and it is better than just visiting profiles because they will see two notifications. You visited their profile and you followed them.
And I just want, because some people are like, yeah, I don't want to follow anybody, but I'm like, yeah, but once you send a connection request to whoever, you automatically follow them regardless. So you are just
Yes.
breaking this into a separate step, and it helps with the conversions. So we click next. Now, second step.
Yeah. So this step allows link helper to like or comment profiles, posts and articles. It really increases your chances to successfully invite and people in become the first level network member. Um, Usually people just choose to like mode without commenting because the comment will be like some simple, for example, first name, thanks for sharing, but it's kind of silly, and if somebody will check what do you comment on different posts, they could see that you wrote a lot of same comments under the same posts. So let's just comment without
Okay.
let's just like without commenting.
Yeah, so we'll leave it that like as is right now. And this one is perform the section 1 day after the previous one. So we'll leave it as is.
We can even set like 0 days
Okay.
after the so it will follow and like comments immediately.
Ah, very
And
good.
like posts immediately.
Okay, so you visit their profile, you follow, you like their recent posts or articles. Good stuff. Go to click next. And here's the invitation message. What have you got to say on this one? I have something, but you go first.
Yeah. So first of all, if you send a connection request, you can attach some kind of invitation message. But you should keep in mind if you use free LinkedIn account, you cannot send a lot of invitation messages with the text. So if you're on free account, it's better to remove invitation message. So you will send connection request without any messages. But Artem has Sales Navigator, so it is a premium subscription, and we can personalize our connection request here.
You know what's really cool about having a sales navigator? Because I'm based in Argentina. So, and the sales navigator here, it costs like tenth of what it costs on the American market. I pay for like sales navigator like $12 or something a month. It's crazy.
Yeah. And
So
another hack is just to use some kind of VPN to when you
I
purchase
don't
it.
think it works. I don't think it works that way. I think you really have to.
You should change VPN. Also, you should have
Okay.
from uh, from another country, like Turkish, for example, and it is possible to
Yeah.
change.
Okay. There we go. Okay. So that's the tip. That's why you see you should be happy you watched this video right away because now you know some secrets. But personally, on mass campaigns, I never include any invitation messages, and I spoke to a bunch of like different people from different countries, and everybody apparently says the same thing. It's like if you don't have the like the invitation messages, on average, the acceptance rate is higher. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's funny the way it works. So that's why I never include it, and I don't advise people to include it because it's like you spend so much time on this. If you create them like personalized, so just take it out and close it.
my my opinion on this subject that currently you're right, but you're right because before every salesperson on LinkedIn tried to attach some kind of invitation message, but uh, now you must to have a premium account. I think in maybe a half of a year or in 1 year, uh, people will see that a lot of connection requests without any personalized messages, and uh, again in 1 year, I think it probably will be better to have
Something
personalized message, so you will stand out from the crowd.
interesting. That's a good interesting perspective. Let's see how it works. I'm actually curious. That's a good point. Curious. And I think there are like some other occasions when you can use invitations, like if you are genuinely like connected through some event you're both going to, or like you're in a group, and then there is some spin you can employ. So that maybe is working. But personally, I just leave them as is. And what about this? Would you have 1 day or?
Yeah, it's better to change 2 days or 3 days.
Oh, really? Okay, 2 days. Let's have two. So I'm going to click next. Okay, I really like this feature.
Yeah, so actually, when you have a lot of sent but unaccepted invitations, um, uh, you can continue to send invitations, but they actually know they will not reach any people. You will see that they send, but they will not be accepted. Sometimes even LinkedIn shows an error when you try to send an invitation, and the solution will be to go to your list of sent and unaccepted invitations and withdraw all the old one. So you can automate this stuff. Let's say to cancel invitations that older than 30 days. If you send a lot of invitations, then maybe probably it's better to set like just 14 days and earlier.
Yeah, I have agree 100% from my observation. It's like I even have like 10 days, at
Mhm.
times 10, 14 days, because if you think about it, people have enough time to check their LinkedIn profiles and accept or not accept your request to connect. It's like, I'd say like 80, 90% of choices are made within like, say, 3, 5 days after your request for connect. And then, yeah, I always like have, like, let's have 12 days, 10 between 10 and 14. So we have 12. And
What if it is a vacation mode?
who care? Like, see, they're not business friendly. They're not oriented to work, so we don't want them in our network. Nah, no. But I was gonna say, uh, it's really good the way the tool kind of goes and automatically cancels the request to connect. It really does, and I think it's also one of the red flags for automation. Once you have a lot of like connection requests that are not being accepted, once it goes be like
Yeah.
this threshold, 1,000.
Uh, Actually, even in LinkedIn Help Center, you can find the articles regarding a lot of sent and unaccepted invitations. so it's better to cancel.
Yeah. And then it's important to say also, like, once you cancel, you cannot send the connection to request to the same person for another 3 weeks. Okay. So
Yeah.
they're like out of the radar. Okay. We go next step. Okay. Create your first follow up message to newly added connections.
Yeah,
So,
so once the invitation was accepted, you can send a follow-up message.
yeah, and I call it, like you call it, follow up message. I call it the first message, because if it's
Yeah.
really in my sequence, it's just the first message. So I say hi, and I like the way you have here Bill. It's just a sample. It's not like the tool is not going to use Bill as everything. It's just a sample then, and you've got some templates here as well, apparently.
Uh, Actually, we don't have currently predefined templates, but
Okay.
here you can store your templates to use them in a different context.
Okay. Okay. I think, to be honest, it's good, because every time I look at I test different tools, and every time I look at the templates gallery, it's like these templates, they're not really working. They will be overused anyway. And yeah, they're just there. It makes no sense to me, really.
That's true.
And you've got
Uh,
a whole bunch of variables here as well.
Yeah, so actually, some of these variables are good to use when you send a connection request with a message. So, for example, here you can see mutual first full name or mutual second.
Ah.
So, for example, if you send a connection request to your second level contact, this means that you have some common connections, and the tool can paste in your template the name, full name of common connections. So you can use some kind of, by the way, we both know mutual first full name.
And it picks it automatically, right? This one.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
But in case you send connection request to your second and third level connections, for the second connection, second level, you probably will have this variable filled every time. But
Mm-hmm.
for the third level connections, you don't have mutual connections. So in that case, you can make your template a little bit more uh, complex and
Mm-hmm.
use if then else function. So this function will allow you to check if the variable filled, then use this part of the message. If it's empty, then another part. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, we can show this like let's say at the right bottom, do you see available optional
Yep.
plugins?
Yep. I see that here.
Yeah,
This one.
yeah. Let's install it.
You've got images as well. How cool is this?
Yeah. So okay, just hit close, hit on this screen. Uh-huh. And okay. Let's click on the message template area where you have hi first name.
Hi, first name. Okay. More.
No, not more. Just in the
Okay.
just
This area. Okay. Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
and you see if then else at the
Yep.
bottom. Yeah, let's click. So and let's uh, click mutual first full name.
Mutual first full name.
And in the then section, you can write something. By the way, we both know space mutual first full name.
No. Mutual first full name.
And at the right side, we can check how it works. So at the right side where we preview how the template works,
Mm-hmm.
we can write something more meaningful. For example, Johnny,
Johnny Depp.
okay. Yeah, but in case we don't have any mutual connections. Let's delete Johnny Depp from
Okay.
the right. So we will have just hi Bill. But in else
Uh.
section at the left, we can write something. Unfortunately, we don't have any mutual connections.
I like this. We don't have. Yeah, okay, that makes
So
sense.
this stuff you need when for example you have some complex campaign and you use custom variables
Hmm.
and but you don't have them for every option every lead in your campaign. Then
Hmm.
you can use an else separator and paste some text only if the variable is exist.
Yeah, you can actually, like, to be honest, you can even predefine this stuff once you look for the list of your clients on Sales Navigator. There's a filter for first, second degree, third degree connections. So you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
literally just filter them based on this if you run the if then campaign. That's pretty cool, actually. And then if you want to have some other text, you use the optional text, which is it's written here. Here, what's up? What's up? So it goes right after the if then thing. Yeah, it's pretty good. But
Yeah.
and also
But
you've got some. Tell me.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. I just want to remind that it is a real campaign, so we will start it. Probably it's better to delete. Unfortunately, we don't have any mutual
Yeah,
connection.
yeah. I also almost sometimes I don't use the I don't use the commas because they can really tell if you're using this kind of stuff, because then if you make a mistake there's a comma and nothing else, so I just start with a new line so it
uh,
looks like this.
uh, it is impossible with the link helper because it is a link helper will not send any messages if it doesn't know first name. Uh, so
Ah, okay,
it
okay.
no, you can use comma
Okay.
if you need.
I'm okay. I'm like just saving some, saving ink, nothing else. So that's what I do. So, but talking of the structure of the first message, like once you, that's a bit of my thing. So, once you try to reach out to your potential clients, you really want to show a bunch of things. So, first of all, you want to be relevant to them. So, right now, if I'm sending these connection requests and these messages to SEO agencies, I want to show some case study or something that I've done with another SEO agency in the past that got them the results. Okay, so I need to have a relevant case study. Then I need to have some social proof. I need to confirm that this case study is not some made up stuff, but I actually have the testimonial of the person that I did the work for, like the agent, SEO agency owner, something like that. And then also, I should be able to provide them, ideally in the first message as well, a link to maybe more information about the actual process, and from that page I would also include the link to the calendar, yeah, to my calendar, if they choose to speak with me after checking out this page with all this information. The idea is that you're relevant, you provide the result they are looking to achieve, you've got the testimonials, you've got the social proof, and you've got the way to contact, get with touch with yourself without being, spammy. So if I was to write a message here, I would go, hi, hi, whatever. And usually the first message I write, I usually write with something. I call this two-step formula. So first you have to unlock the person, and by being more personal, if there is something that you can provide, like something you can associate yourself with. Maybe they're from a town that you visited last summer, or maybe they have a cool website design, or you really like the font on the website. Something like that really, really helps because it shows that you've been very careful, and basically just paid attention to the stuff that we're doing. So that's really the idea. So in this case, for the campaigns, I'm going to say, I hope SEO gods, and I'll explain what I mean by this. Been grateful to you, I guess. And
Yeah, I think you can mention something about recent leak of Google documentation regarding the search and algorithms.
exactly. So that way, because I'm sending this campaign to SEOs, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And this will appear like I'm being super relevant to them, even though it's the only message. This is not um, like automated or anything. Like I'm not looking for personal data on each and every one of them because I have no time for this, but I still want to be relevant. Um, and then I can say, by the
So sorry for interrupting.
yeah, yeah, tell me. Yeah, sorry.
One of ideas that will take just a little of work from you. For example, we don't have, unfortunately, a city variable. Maybe we will add it in the future.
Yeah, the city
But
is good.
with filters, you can create a campaign for the people from the certain city,
Exactly.
uh, and just paste the city name in the message. Then clone the campaign, collect people for another city, and change the city name in your template. It's just
That's
to make it
very good. We
precise.
actually ran a campaign like that, but for the entire country. This was for Australia. So we're like, oh, salutations to the land down under, so that was the idea. And it's super relevant because, yeah, oh, I'm in Australia, I'm upside down, all this, all these funny jokes with the kangaroos and everything. So, yeah, 100%. But again, you can kind of like, you can do this in Sales Navigator, and we'll show you how in a moment. And basically, the second part of the message is that, by the way, I usually like to say, "P.S. This this request is business related, but I wanted to start off without pitching." That's my approach. It's a little bit longer sometimes, but we will follow up with the actual offer in the second message when, if they don't reply, most of the people don't reply. But the idea is to really show them that you kind of care and not to spam them with the offer in the first message. Okay, so that's the idea. And we're going to leave it as is right now. And
Uh, Maybe yes, delete this.
yeah.
Mhm. Do you use smiles in your message? You can paste it. You
Ah,
can
yeah, there
insert
is this emoji. Yeah, let's do that. What like this, yeah? Yeah.
no, no,
More
everybody.
like that. Yeah, off we go. But this is business related. Yeah, more of this, yeah. Oh my god. Actually, I think that will work. Let's keep it. I want to play with this. Let's do this. We will record a
Oh.
follow-up video for this. I want to see what's up.
I don't recommend, but
No,
it's
no, this
okay.
is this is yeah, this is the types of campaigns that I would write. How would you say this? This is when uh, this is see how I don't know, I'll come up with something, but let's keep it this way for now. Save and close, okay? So that's our first message in the campaign. Then we're going to click next. So
Yeah.
here's a second message. And again,
Yeah.
you have the option
Yeah,
of not
if
sending a message.
we don't have we don't want to send second message, so we just click finish. But if we want to send the second message, then uncheck this checkbox and
Mm-hmm. And then the idea is the same. So this is the follow-up message, and I just want to um, include. So the worst follow-up message you can write ever, ever, ever is the message called, "Oh, did you check my last email, or did you see my previous message?" They did. It sucks. They didn't respond. Okay, so you need to, again, you want to provide them with value, and you need to kind of lead with value, social proof, and relevance. Value, social proof, relevance. So in this case, I can say, um, for example, I can again start with the first name. So I can go into the first name. I'll go like this. And because right at this stage, I don't have a full service right now. I'm actually testing something out. So I want to ask him for some feedback. I wanted to ask you for some feedback about the. Okay,
Yeah,
so
sure.
here's how. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I just want to say that we are paying more to SEO agency that it is your client.
Oh, yeah, yeah, for
Like,
sure. I mean, this is yeah, depending on the goals, 100%. But these are lower tier clients as well. But yeah, that definitely is the case. But so this is the first message that I just put together. This is the first follow up, I should better say, that I put together. So in this case, I'm turning into more kind of businessy. So I already need to show them some value. And in this case, this message is not really required. And to be honest, it might not even be very good because when you're asking for some feedback from somebody you don't know, it's like you're almost like wasting your time. Yeah, because you really should know these things. So the conversion rates, the reply rates for messages like this would not be might not be as high as if you went directly with an offer that you knew that is really really good. So this one sometimes, however, it can work depending on several other factors. So depend on, say, if you're outreaching from a type of a profile that is more conducive to these kind of uh, messages and conversations. But basically, I'm saying I'm being fairly I'm being fairly direct here. I'm saying SEO agency based in Prague, so this is very relevant to any other SEO agency. And after we started working with them, they got these two US based clients. One of them was for this price and one of them for that one. Here's exactly how we did it. And this will take them to maybe a document or maybe a video. Yeah. And then from the document, from that video, they will be able to book a call with you. So you have to have like a link there. And then please let me know if you're interested. Okay. So, oh, sorry. Please let me know if you are not interested. The idea here is to really, within any audience, there's always this percentage of the population that they know they're not interested. And we really don't want to annoy these people. So now we go out there and literally just tell them, let me know if it's you. Yeah. So because I don't want to know you, it's totally fine. I know it's not me. It's not my offer. It's just you have somebody working with, or you're not at that stage in your life, or professional, whatever. I want them to come out and let me know it's not us. Yeah. We're not interested. We know we're not interested. So that's the real small tip I advise you to use.
very good.
Anything else?
Sorry,
I,
continue. I just said
no,
that
I
it
was
is a
asking. No, I was wondering. I was wondering if you like if you got a message like this from an SEO agency. I mean, this is a bit different scenario. If I was writing a message to you, it would be different. But like from your perspective, do you think this message is kind of viable?
Yeah, it is a good message, and I like that you write with the spaces between each row. It's really good to read. Um, what if we do mass outreach? It is good. If our audience is smaller, we can use some kind of custom variables, but we will have to spend time for customizing this personalized stuff, like, let's say, find some kind of the post or articles and use it like a custom variables and say something personal and referring to the post or maybe news. So this will increase the conversion. But in your case, it is more mass outreach. We don't have to spend so much time for personalization.
Yeah, so it's always this how much time you spend, what is your contract price and everything. So of course, if you're doing some ABM stuff, you have a lot less volume, so the quality can go really high up. But then you will also be like pestering these people through like the content they produce, not just maybe on LinkedIn, but also say on Instagram and other social media. So you'd be literally all over them. So you just have to be omnipresent. So there's always this like mass outreach, and then there's a very uh, a more tailored approach. But again, what's the how much what's how much is it at the end of the day? Cost benefit.
Um, one advice, not to your message, but in case your audience will use a longer message, it's better to split this message into several messages, just without any delays between them. So the tool will send them one by one.
Let's try to
But
actually do this. Let's
yeah, so we can take, like, let's say,
let let's take this
uh,
part out. I'll take this
yeah,
one out.
yeah, just copy it. Okay, yeah. Click save and close.
Save and close, and then I'm going to. By the way, this message is sent one day after the previous one. I would give it 2 days to start,
Mm-hmm.
just to let it sit, and I would say next.
Yeah. So here uncheck the checkbox. Yeah, and let's paste the second part. Yeah, save and close.
And then
Yeah, and
0,
zero.
and they will be sent out immediately afterwards.
Yes.
And that's actually a pretty cool trick because it also looks more realistic. It's like you send the first message and then you send the second one, but like it's a separate message. The tools typically don't send messages like this; just send the whole thing, so you can really tell it's a pitch. Now we've got a step 8: create your follow up message. Fourth follow up. This is third follow up message. So in this case, I'm going to um, the structure afterwards. You can actually, and you have this feature for this. I advise a combination of value, social proof, and humor sometimes. So I know that Linked Helper has plugins here available, and you can attach a personalized images. That's pretty cool. How does this work?
Uh, so it works with uh, two abilities. If you enable this plugin, you
Let's
can
do
use
this.
hyperize personalization. Uh, with the Hyperice, you can set up. It's another service. You can set up a template and paste a link for your template and use link helper variables. So it will generate a message with Hyperice personalized for the certain person. Another way we can use, it's a little bit more complicated. We can enable custom variables. It's another plugin,
Hmm.
um, and we can upload for each person in our campaign a link to a message to this person. Um,
Mm, I
so
see.
you just enabled this plugin. So in attach image URL, there is an option from custom variable.
Hmm. But this is not like you cannot take one image and send it to all different
Yeah,
people.
currently no. You will
Ah,
have to
okay,
set up
okay.
it for every person.
Hmm.
Uh, but we will add the ability to
Yeah, because
to
in this case, you can like I can go in the internet and find some meme about about like SEO again and easy money and just attach it and send it there. But okay, so uh, this is not possible right now. So we don't do this, and instead we're going to click once again. So here I'm going to say. So in this follow up, I can say I would maybe go and find some SEO joke or, comment on something that I read in the news or, ask them if they heard about that, whatever it is. So I'm not going to go into more details right now because I think this bit is overwhelming in a way because in a way your sequence should be pretty long. So I suggest having maybe 7, 8 messages and divide it into the cadence can be anywhere from 3, 5, 7, maybe even 10 days because sometimes potential clients need just some time. So this message, I would maybe send it out like 5 days later, after my initial pitch. and then I would go in there afterwards. But anyway, so we'll skip this for now, and I'm just going to click finish. Okay, well done. Your campaign has been successfully configured. Let's add people profiles to the campaign. So shall we do this?
Yeah,
Let's do
let's click
it.
continue.
And if you choose it, no, I will do it later. I just want to show it. Like from here, continue. It's obvious. But then no, I will do this later. And if I want to do this afterwards, I where do I go? How do I find this again?
Uh, at the top, there is add button.
Here, right? This button here.
Yeah. You can choose several sources, so you can gather leads from LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, or Recruiter. You can upload
Mm-hmm.
them from external file, or you can take them from, for example, another your campaign.
Yeah. So I always take my leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator from here. Uh, do you have any tips for using the thing? Because I have my own way, but I'm really curious to know if you have anything you can share.
So one of the tip is there is if we click see all filters at the bottom, there is
This is for
an
leads.
option. Yes, for leads.
Okay.
Uh, there is an option to, for example, exclude viewed profiles, so you will gather leads that you never contacted before. Um,
Where
uh,
was this?
let me find. I think it's at the
Ah, people interacted with.
yeah. So you can exclude viewed profiles for.
Ah, okay, let's do that. Okay.
Um, so another tip is to maybe it is not in our case, but don't forget to use filters like company sizes. So it actually very depends on your target. Uh, uh, so don't forget to use filters like company size, location,
Hmm.
etc. But it really depends on your target.
Yeah, and there are like I'll show you. I'll show my way now. There's very big difference sometimes between company headquarters location and the personal geography. Yeah, so frequently you can find a company that is say based in the US, but the people that work in there are located somewhere else, completely different country. So does it make sense for you to reach out to them? Not really. Yeah, more often than not, especially if you're looking for like truly US based companies with employees based in the US as well. So you have to take that into account. But working in this from Sales Navigator, usually I go this direction. So I go into the account, and this is where I find the companies first. Yeah, so I go into the company headcount. Say I want to have SEO agencies with 11 to 50 folks, and then I'm going to say that they should be based in the United States. And now I'm going to find. I'm going to say. I don't know if there's any if it makes choose an industry at all because I can just type in here SEO, and agency. So right now I'm using advanced search operator, which is the Boolean search it's called. And you can have and, you can have or. You should actually watch out my previous video about how to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So I really go into some details fairly quickly, but still into some details of how you perform these searches. So I'm not going to dive into it too much right now. SEO and agency. So now LinkedIn is showing me all the results that fit this description. So basically, you can see these are companies that they all have between 11 to 50 people working in them. They're based in the United States, and they all include words SEO and agency in them. So there's approximately 1,500 results in there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save them. I'm going to select all of them and save them to list. And the list I'm going to create right now, SEO agencies. 11 to 50. I'm going to say USA. Create and save. And just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to add a few more of these in this list. And then we will transition to a more fun part. SEO agencies. Because going to add 2 more pages so we have something to work with. You can tell that LinkedIn doesn't want to have more companies than 25 because it doesn't want to be scraped like a little whatever. But anyway, now after I have this, I'm going to the lead search. I don't need these filters anymore. And now I'm going to account lists. And here's our SEO agencies list. I'm going to, so now LinkedIn is basically finding prospects just from this list. And I can also use this filter that Alexander mentioned, viewed profile exclude. Yeah, I have a bit less now. And what I'm going to do now is I'm also going to take them out because I've already quite a few connections. I can do second degree connections, third degree connections. Yeah, okay. So that's taking out people from my profile. I can also find the ones that are more active by using this filter. So 92 out of 477, which is pretty decent. But now I want to find the decision makers. And I really like the filter called seniority level. I don't like the current job title because job title can be anything. But I like this owner partner, and I like C-level guys as well. And I'm going to keep it like this. So I've got 64 results right now. Maybe I can have like a senior. What is senior? Senior SEO manager. Well, maybe not that. Ah, okay. Yeah, so I had this search keywords filter before, so I got 264 results right now. And now I'm just going to go through this list a little bit and see if there is anything that I can, take out right away. So, for example, CMO, uh, maybe I'll still keep them. But if I don't like anything, like say if I like a board member, I can literally just go in there, general manager, for example. I don't like general manager, so I can click copy and then I go to the current job title. I'm going to paste it here and I'm going to click exclude. And I don't have this guy here now anymore. So basically to clean up the list as much as I can before uploading it to linked helper. Senior partner, for example. Also, just what I mentioned before, I really want to make sure that these guys, even though the companies that I found are are all like headquartered in the US, geography is also, personal geography is also in the United States. I'm going to click United States and it will filter somebody else for sure. You see that? There's a big difference.
Yeah.
260, let's do it again. 262, and then we go geography, United States. Ba-bam. 195. Big difference right away. We can, of course, you can go like the opposite direction. You can also like say, I don't, anybody who is like based in India, for example, with all due respect, I don't want to have any guys based in Bangladesh with all due respect. 247. Because obviously some of them can be based like in Europe, which is also okay. I also don't want any, like, you can go that route as well, whatever. And now I've got this list of 247 results, which are potentially fitting my more or less, like I'm seeing this, more or less fitting the my ideal client profile. Just scrolling through it right now. Seems pretty decent. What do I do next?
So at the left side, you can hit the collect button near the queue. Yeah,
This one
here. Yeah,
from current
just
page.
yes, just click it. So now we can relax and drink some tea.
drink drink something. I have some water. You should also we'll touch upon this in a moment, but yeah, like here we can of course pick people from, I don't know, the same state or something, and run campaigns based on that as well. Like, oh, like you're in this state, for example. Like he's based in Florida, for example. I can have something Florida related and stuff like this. But basically, what the tool is doing right now, it's scraping these contacts and loading them up in the campaign.
Yeah, the left side we can see that 125 already collected out of 247.
Yeah, we need this 247. And then you can also, I think you can stop this process as well. Like, say if you're okay with what 200 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, we can stop at any point and we can
Yeah,
start
it's a
again
stop button.
from the page we left.
Yeah. But anyway, we've got two more pages. So
Yeah.
this one and one more.
Uh, and by the way, some tools have this limitation, but Link Helper doesn't have. You can collect into the same campaign many times, even if you already run the campaign, so it will
Mm,
not. And Link Helper will add only unique profiles into campaign. It will not add any duplicates.
mm-hmm. Okay, so now we've got this campaign. So we go into the queue, and I want to talk to you about the filtering. So let's talk about the filtering. We've done some initial filtering on LinkedIn itself, but what can you share?
Yeah, so here we can, for example, remove people who don't have avatars, so probably they are not active in LinkedIn. There is a filter avatar. Let's click no at the top. At the top, do you see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's hit no. And now we can click check box at the top to select them all.
Mm-hmm. 49. That is a substantial amount, actually.
Yeah, and there is at the top there is a button to remove all of them.
Mm-hmm. And do you see that people with no avatar that they're less likely to respond, or is it just like made up stuff?
Yeah, but it is better not to just remove. Let's move them into exclude list. And by the way, it is not activated in your interface. Let's activate it. Let's go to the plugin store at the left menu. At the left menu, do you see? Yeah, a little bit down. Do you see plugin store? At the middle of your screen at the left side. LinkedIn plugin.
There we go. I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go down. Scroll down, please. Scroll down. Scroll down. And more. Stop. A little bit. Oh, campaigns at the bottom. Yeah. Scroll down. Exclude list. Let's install it, and we will have additional button. So at the left side, let's go back to our campaign. So scroll up the left menu and click campaigns. Oh, okay. So now we have additional button, and the difference, if we exclude people next time when we hit collect and sales navigator will show some of them again, Link Helper will not collect them to the same campaign again. So because
So this is from this particular campaign. Okay.
yeah. So
So
let's hit
don't
it.
click exclude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing, let's remove this filter avatar. So
Mm-hmm.
the right side. Yeah, and another thing, do you see some? The second profile has orange label edited.
Yeah.
So this means that link helper tried to modify the name, original name, to normalize it. Uh, and it's better to check if normalization was correct. So to
Mm-hmm.
check this, hit on the profile name. And so the original was like GC in all in uppercase, and actually in this particular case, I think modification wasn't correct, but
Mm-hmm.
you can change it by yourself to fix this stuff. So it's better
Good.
to have GC, or maybe, yeah, like this even better, because I think usually people will not point.
Yeah.
So let's close, and yeah, and actually at the right side there is a filter has modified name, so we can check all of them by filtering the list just
Mm-hmm.
to. So let's hit, for example, Tim Brown at the top, so to see uh, at the original, he had the emoji in his last name, so link helper automatically removes emoji or some stuff in brackets, etc. So because some people add them to check if you are using some kind of automation tools, but automation tools do remove all this stuff.
Yeah, but automation tools are not stupid. Exactly. Let's do this one. Hmm. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's actually a really cool feature. So it's not like it just doesn't take people's names for granted. It just like, yeah, I don't trust you. I'm just going to have your name. Yeah, Beaton Junior. Crazy. But his profile, it's in his profile. Is it still like this, written like that?
Yes, yes. If we open
Ah, okay.
profile, we will see this. Maybe we can do this by clicking show in LinkedIn.
Yeah, let's do that. Well, for
By
some
the
reason,
way, this
then
is how link helper opens the profile. So Artem can
okay, okay.
you can keep your hands up.
Okay, I'm not
That's
doing
not
anything. No, I
you.
was like, why is nothing is happening? So
It's some kind of timeouts to look more like a human.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not using my hand or my legs or my other vital parts to move the anything that is happening on the screen right now. Nothing is happening actually.
By the way, we already can see that
Ah, okay.
he
Yeah,
really
it's
has
his name.
this.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so we're going back to the. Ah, okay. I didn't press anything. But anyway,
yeah,
so we go.
actually, Link Helper has like usually longer timeouts, maybe too longer sometime, but it's better to have them.
Yeah,
Um,
safety first. Okay, so you can quickly kind of scroll through this stuff, and then like this one, for example, is definitely out. Okay, that
yeah,
is definitely.
actually, it is not a real person, so it's better
Yeah.
to exclude it. You at the
Is
right side, you can click exclude button. Do you see at the right side of?
yeah, I'll see it in a moment.
No, you can click at the top or at the right side.
At the right side, here's one. I see it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I can even. Yeah, is there any way to find these like right away or no? Like without the real
Well,
people?
find yeah. Unfortunately, link helper cannot understand, is it a real person name or is it
Yeah,
a company name. It's not
yeah.
so intelligent.
And also like you can take out some other guys as well. Like for example, I take with all due respect, I'll take our Indian brothers from here. The next market, and I'll take it out as well. Juan Ojeda, Rebecca, Miguel Sanchez.
But by the way, we are currently checking filter at least. We set up a filter at the right side, has modified name. So
Yeah,
but don't forget to check the whole list without any filters.
that is
So
correct. Yeah,
any. Mhm.
yeah. Anything else that can be useful in this
Uh,
specific case?
Yeah, some people prefer to connect with those persons who has a premium subscription, but I think in our case it's not relevant.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay.
If you use not sales navigator or recruiter, you can find person who are job seekers, etc. But in our case, I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at this. CEO and founder, purple, but this is not the company. Interesting. Okay.
Do you mean Purple is not a company?
No, it is. It is a company, but it's like I don't think they are like an SEO agency. That's a thing. Would be executed on LinkedIn. Um, by the way, like before we go into like, let's check out this guy. I want to make sure that it's good. Show on LinkedIn. So again, ends here. So there's a bit of a timeout.
It works this way because, by the way, even if you work manually, you should keep in mind that it is better to open profiles like this way. If you just
Mm-hmm.
paste in a link to profile and open a lot of profiles
Mm-hmm.
by pasting the URL, even working manually from your browser, LinkedIn can restrict your account. That's why link helper tries to find people by their names if it's possible.
Ah,
Sometimes
okay. So
sometimes it is impossible because uh, too many people has the same full name, and LinkedIn just shows first 20.
mm-hmm. Uh, that makes sense here right now. It's I thought it's another company, but actually it isn't, and it all makes sense. So yeah, he's a prospect. He's a prospect. So okay, so we have pretty much cleaned up as much as we can with these automation stuff. I'm pretty happy with the results, to be honest, because we've got like two layers. We've got LinkedIn, we've got a bit of linked helper as well. Because I think this thing with taking out people that have no avatar is pretty good. So this thing is solid. This
Another
thing is
thing
solid.
we maybe should change. It depends on you. Um, so if you by default, if you gather people from Sales Navigator, Link Helper will send connection requests and messages through Sales Navigator. And unfortunately, LinkedIn has separate inboxes for LinkedIn and Sales Navigator. And the problem with that, in case you send everything through your Sales Navigator, the person, it's okay, he or she will receive message in normal LinkedIn, it is not a problem. But in case you forget or you will have a problem with your Sales Navigator subscription for a few months, uh, even if you resume your subscription after some interruption, you can lose your inbox and all your conversation there. Of course, if you use Link Helper, your conversations will be in Link Helper. But if you work manually, you should keep in mind that probably it is better to change the way and ask Link Helper, even if it collected profiles from Sales Navigator, send connection requests and messages through normal LinkedIn. And it is possible to do.
That is a huge point. I always say this. It's LinkedIn Sales Navigator is almost like a shadow version of standard LinkedIn. So if you send connection requests through LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you will also lose them once you stop using the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, once you stop paying for it. So that's why you have to. I always advise like everybody should just not focus on linked helper, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and run everything through LinkedIn itself. So open all the profiles of LinkedIn, connected. But yes, how does Linked help do this? Because I see this
Yeah,
target
yeah,
platform Sales Navigator.
yeah.
How do we change that?
Let's go to the workflow tab at the top, and at the right side, there is available optional plugins for general settings. No, at the top, do you see? Scroll up a little bit, and do you see? Yeah, this way. And
I actually had this already
you
installed.
already
Yeah,
installed. Okay, no,
but I
no
want to
problem.
uninstall it, so it's not here. Like that's it. That's what you would see. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So
now,
let's install it again.
yeah, we install it now.
And at the top, we can choose a right platform. So we can set LinkedIn. Um, and if we go back to the campaign queue, we will see the target platform LinkedIn.
Mm.
So
Oh, okay. Okay. So you changed it just once because I was just like, it's like I'm just looking because
no,
you
no,
also have
no.
override here. I'm like also LinkedIn, like just in case I would have LinkedIn everywhere.
You can change just for the first action, and it will change
Okay,
for all actions below.
makes sense. And then it's yeah, good stuff. Okay, so that's how we've got it, and that's pretty much it. Anything else there that we need to be? So now we have
Uh,
194 prospects.
yeah, maybe it depends on your account. If you just started to use mass outreach, it is better to set more lower limits
Mm,
for daily actions. Um, we can do this from the left menu at the settings, and we can set up limits for almost every type of actions. So the general limit currently we have 150 profiles per 24 hours.
mm-hmm.
uh, so for new accounts, it's better to start just from 10 and then increase by 10 every week. Uh, on your account, I don't think we need to do so.
We're
Um,
fine.
but for new accounts, you can consider to change limits, and you can, for example, set limits just for invitations or just for messages or for any stuff you want. Another thing to consider, it's working hours for your account or for the certain action.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't want to outreach out of working hours. We can set up our working hours here. Uh, Actually, I don't do this, but I know that a lot of our users actually set up working hours for their accounts.
Interesting. Because also the way LinkedIn, linked helper works, and correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like it runs. Say I launch it working at 10 a.m. in the morning, say on Monday, and then it runs through the tasks. It hits the limits, and then it kind of stops working, and then restarts working after this timeout. So then you
Yeah.
go. So you don't really need the working hours as such.
Yeah, you need only working hours, not for setting limits like activity limits, but to just not outreach people out of their work. Maybe you don't
Oh,
want
I
to
see.
disturb them.
I see. I see. I see. So you choose you choose the time zone, and then based on that, you rock and roll. Okay, makes sense. Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I also wanted to ask you about the messages. Like, I know this is not part of Linked Helper. I mean the emails and everything like this stuff.
Yeah.
Um, how does it like if I was to set up like this whole campaign with Linked Helper? How does it? How what shall I look at? Because the idea is that I'll explain to people. You have 800 connection requests on a monthly basis, but the conversion rates are fairly low. So you're good with like anywhere between 20 to 30% conversion rate, depending on your campaign. Sometimes it's a little bit higher, sometimes it's a little bit lower. Can happen. But then you're still, even at these conversion rates, you're getting out of 800, you're getting 160 connection requests accepted from 160 to 240 every month. So where what's happening to the other ones? We're not really getting in touch with them. So the idea is that you will then take these guys, whoever has not received a message from you on LinkedIn, and then you start sending them emails. And that's what I'm wondering about, like if it's possible to do a link helper somehow.
Yeah. So link helper by itself can send emails, but it has integrations with the popular CRMs. For example, you can if you use some kind of HubSpot, Salesforce,
Mm-hmm.
Zoho, or Active Campaign, or something like that. Link helper can integrate with them, send all data to these CRMs, including emails, your LinkedIn conversations. So you can continue from there, and you just need to. For example, if we are talking about our campaign, you will see at the filter action those who uh, hasn't accepted our connection request, and we even canceled the connection request. So we can take these people and send them to your CRM. Or another option, at the end of campaign, if nobody replied to our stuff after, like, say 8 follow-ups, at the bottom of the campaign we can also add additional action that will send these profiles to our CRM, or if you use some kind of tool that we don't support direct integration, you can use webhooks.
Mm-hmm.
So, and to connect this tool through the webhooks and tool like Zapier or Make, or any other integration tools.
Mm-hmm. And I think you had some integration with Snow.io as well
Yeah.
for sending
So there is
emails.
a certain action. Let's go just to campaign.
Okay. Campaign.
Scroll up and click campaigns.
There we go.
Yeah, and let's scroll down the workflow and hit on the plus. Yes, add action, and there is a filter at the right side at the top, export and integration, at the top. Yeah. So here's the option, send person to snuff.io. It's a good tool that works with emails. Also, for example, if we don't have emails for some reason, it usually the case if we not connected with the person. Link Helper has email finding tool, so we can use this action, find emails first and then send to snuff.io.
But this is only for first connections.
No. Actually, we can find emails even for
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay, so you can extract the emails with the
No, not for every person, of course,
oh,
but
obviously, yeah, yeah.
it, for some audience, like 90%, for some 50, it really depends. If
Okay.
you try to find emails for go dancers, I think the chance will be very low.
Okay. I'll try that
I know,
campaign when
I noticed that
I'll yeah.
they have profiles in LinkedIn.
Sure. I don't know how you know this about this, but anyway. Um, but tell me, how let's try this actually. Let's try to extract the emails. I mean, at least add the actions to the campaigns. And
You
then
know, in this campaign, we actually will have emails by itself, because if the person accepts our connection request,
yeah, we have
the
email.
first message action will scrape the profile with the email automatically. But we can set up additional campaign, and then we will put those who haven't accepted our invitations, and
Ah.
we can find profile emails for them.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's create. Yeah.
Let's do that. So we go. I'm going to call it like that. Not accept it.
Yeah, and let's scroll down to choose the correct template. Scroll down. At the left, do you see find profile emails?
Mm-hmm.
Let's hit create campaign. So we have two options here. Each email finder, it's our own tool, or we can use it if you have an account with Snow.io, we can use their email finding tool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep our email finder tool. Let's hit finish. So now we just need to put somebody into queue and see how it will work. Let's add people from our another campaign, not just from
So I
the
close.
search. Yeah, click add at the top.
Mm-hmm.
At the right, choose lists.
Uh-huh.
Let's choose our campaign and queue. And add from selected. And hit start. Let's see how many profiles it will find. It will take
yeah,
some
because
time.
they're not added right now. Okay. And how quickly does the okay, it works pretty quickly. So it found 30.
It will take another round in 1 minute. Hit campaigns again. Let's change the bunch size. Scroll down, please.
I'm like
At the right. Could you scroll down?
yeah, I'm trying. I think my computer is a little bit stuck.
Hit available at the bottom. No, at the bottom. Yeah. Install action step and delays. I just hit install. And close. Yeah, and do you see this bunch size 10 profiles? Changes to 1000. Click stop. Yes, click stop at the top. It doesn't allow you to change the campaign while it's running. Yeah, and let's write 1000.
Everything else, keep it that way.
Yeah, it's okay. Just hit start. So it will, and we forgot to change the start time. Let's go back to campaigns.
Okay, campaigns. I'm going to click stop.
At the top, scroll to the top. And let's just choose the previous day. So to do not wait 1 minute.
Yeah, it's too long. Okay,
Yeah,
and then start.
Yes.
Okay, 58. 83. My God, that's pretty cool. Are these settings like what you're showing me right now? Like, is that are they crazy settings? Oh no, not that crazy.
No.
Like
Actually,
1,000 profiles.
This action, when we use just LHML Finder, it doesn't use LinkedIn at all. It's our own search tool.
Okay.
So that's why we don't see anything on LinkedIn page. So
Okay, makes sense. So
you
it's
can
just
use.
perfect. So you can go crazy. You can go bananas with it. Okay, so now we've got like 100, 160 emails.
Yeah, if we go to the profiles, we will see the emails, but I should notice you this should
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah.
hide them at the video because
I should.
somebody will fund you.
Let's see. I will blur this afterwards if I if I don't forget. Where do I find them? Where do I see them? I want to see
Yeah,
the results.
you can click on green mark, for example, or let's go to the lists.
Okay, let's see
Yeah,
successful.
written
Okay.
software. And hit any profile here. So
Okay. Pretty cool.
the email. We can export them to CSV, or as I said previously, we can send them to CRMs, to webhook,
Mm-hmm.
uh, many
And
options.
to send them, say, okay, so you're just gonna export these emails afterwards and then do all this stuff with them.
You can export to the file, or if we have integration with your email tool,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you can add the workflow action below, send to these profiles to your tool.
Mm-hmm. So you have like here, and then you go to the CRM. I think it was send personal
Yeah,
to external CRM, and then you pick the one, and then continue from there. Okay. But yeah, so the idea with this campaign is that you can run the campaign on LinkedIn, say month one, you run the campaign on LinkedIn, and then anybody, like all the people that don't accept that you withdraw the connection requests from. By the way, to clarify this, that's just for myself. So you would like say if I was to add people from the list, I'd find the
yeah,
company. Like
yeah.
for example,
Next time, for example, if we want to two persons who are not accepted our connection
yeah.
request, let's choose not just sublist, but click on actions,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and choose a filter action from the drop down. Yeah, click here, and yeah, filter contacts out of my network, and I don't think you have failed. So in failed list, you will have those who unaccepted your connection request, and you canceled the invitation. But probably in this campaign, you didn't stop to cancel all connection requests, or you haven't canceled them. But
Hmm.
if you can, if link helper will cancel them, this failed list will be filled with these profiles, and we can put them into our email finding campaign.
Let's try this filter contacts. Like fail
So
these
yeah,
ones.
yes, yes, yes,
So this would be the ones, and then I'll find them. Okay, that's pretty
yes,
cool. So for the first month, for example, you can run this campaign, then wait for the tool to withdraw the connection request, and then launch the email campaign afterwards. Pretty
yep,
cool. That's a cool. That's and then you basically send the messages that you already put together and reach out to like the rest of your audience, which is the majority of people, because usually the majority doesn't accept your connection request anyway. That is really really decent. I really like this one. That's how powerful this thing is, and you can hook it up to the other tools like Snovio, for example, and then yeah, send all that information, and yeah, pretty cool.
yeah. So maybe one thing we should return back to our main campaign, and to explain something
Okay, let's
for
go.
audience.
Wait. Main campaign is here. SEO agencies.
Yeah, so if we run the campaign, it will start sending one by one. So if somebody replies to our message, we will see them for example, at the top there is. Could you scroll to top of this stuff? And there is a list, uh, and there is a replied list at the right. So here we will see people who replied something to our message. We will
Mm-hmm.
see the exact reply there, and we can open the profile page and write an answer, or in case the answer was just hi, okay, and you want to continue the campaign, you can choose these profiles, and click ignore replies, so link helper will continue send other messages
Okay. So yeah, so basically I have a campaign running right now. So we go to lists, so we go to replied, and basically here are the replies. So here's
yeah,
the reply I got from this guy, irrelevant, thanks Artem. And then I can tell them, uh, basically,
You, yeah, yeah, you can click on the chat icon at the right.
yeah.
So, and if you scroll to the bottom, you can write answer, no, not to the whole bottom, but
Okay.
the whole profile. Scroll up a little bit, and at the right side, there is a chat.
Okay.
At, at the bottom at the bottom of this chat, you can write a message. You can use templates here as well if you have some
Mm-hmm.
predefined templates.
Yeah, you can directly write from here. I already had the reply sent through some other tool that I was using, but yeah, that's the idea. I really like the way it's kind of you have it all together. Um, and then how can you relaunch the activity in case the reply is like not decent?
Yeah. So uh, I'm not sure that it is possible from this list. Could you select the person profile? So because
Okay.
this like a no, let's go back. Let's go back. Uh, let's let's uh, uh, let's choose workflow, and let's scroll down and see where you have these replies. Let's go down. Let's go down. Uh, yeah, here. Let's click here. Mhm. Uh, so at the for each profile at the top right corner, there is some buttons, and the third button uh, uh, will return this profile back to the campaign from the replied
Mm.
list.
Mm-hmm.
Will ignore the current reply.
So irrelevant. Thanks, Artem. And then another case study. Bam.
Yeah, yeah. No, maybe now it's relevant.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Gotcha. Here's another one. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and then once we launch the campaign, and I'll show this, all you need to do afterwards is that you just click the start campaign button. So this is the campaign that I had already running, but in this case, this is our SEO agency's campaign. And I think we're ready to launch, right? So we've got like 194 people, and we've done everything. So I'm going to click start the campaign, take my hands off the screen, and then let link helper to send the automated connection requests and all these things.
But at the beginning, it should follow the profile, and the connection
Yeah.
request will send in a few days. So because we set some delays.
Yeah, exactly. So I just want to show the process the way it operates. And once you set it all up, you basically let it run, and then make sure you actually go in, because what I with Linked Helper, it will, in order to understand whether the reply has arrived to your inbox, it needs to actually go and check out your messages. Okay, and this will basically um, you will not see them in your, like, they will be read in your inbox. So you have to go to Linked Helper and actually go through the replies to make sure that you're seeing them. That's the idea. And what's the best way to see the replies, like all of the replies? So I go back to the campaign, and then I just go into like lists and replied, right? Like that's the best way.
Uh,
So I see all of them here.
it is one way. Actually, I prefer to use another way. You
Okay.
can go to the plugins again.
The plugin store.
Yeah, 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 and enable inbox um,
Plugin store.
at the middle of
Oh
your.
my god, I'm missing this. I never
Yeah,
checked this link to be. I'm really like I never checked this one.
probably we should push users to
Yeah, I
to see.
know. Check for
Yeah,
replies.
scroll down, scroll down. Actually, you know what you can use, and this will help you to explore more. At the top of the plugin store, you can filter to show only uninstalled plugins.
Hmm.
So, do you see? Uh-huh.
Yep. Done it.
Yeah, and let's scroll down at CRM section. We will see the inbox plugin.
Inbox. Okay. Okay. Wow, that's so cool. 149. Now we're
So
talking.
yeah, so from here you can see all your inbox from many campaigns. But if you want to see persons from a certain campaign, at the right side there is a filter, so you can choose the
Campaign.
campaign.
Yeah, I can see it down here. So I say when I wanna have like soft developer. Um okay. And this is the message that I presume I haven't replied to.
Yeah, so at the top there is read and unread filters. So currently, I think you have unread filter, scroll up filters.
Uh okay, it's stuck.
It's stuck. Yeah,
Yeah, now it's working. Red.
yeah. So probably you replied something. When you reply something, even manually through
LinkedIn.
just a browser through LinkedIn,
Mm-hmm.
link helper will mark this conversation as read,
Mm-hmm.
and by default inbox shows unread.
Okay, I got you. Okay. That's pretty cool. Any other plugins I should know about? I think I'm really
uh,
missing out on these.
um,
How does this
Probably.
tagging system work?
Yeah, so you can tag any profile manually or automatically uh, once the profile was processed by some action.
Mm-hmm.
In action section, you will see additional settings. So, for example, you can add some tags when the person receives your first message or the second
Mm-hmm.
message. um, so, and tagging system will allow you to filter profiles using tags,
Mm.
not just like
So
campaign or.
once I install it, where do I find it now? Where do I go? I had it installed.
uh, so in if you open for example queue or any list, now you
See the
should
tag.
see the tag. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can
And if I
select several profiles and apply tags for bunch of profiles.
mm-hmm. And now because the campaign is running, I cannot switch now between the campaigns.
Yes, in this mode. Another mode, maybe you should allow to yourself, is multiple campaigns. By
Mm-hmm.
default, for new users, we show single campaign mode like you have now. But in
Okay.
plugin store, you can enable multiple campaigns. It will change the interface a little bit.
Mm.
Um, but this will allow you to run multiple campaigns simultaneously, and Link Helper will run some actions from one campaign, some actions from another campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like once you launch this campaign, it kind of stops the other one. So that's why I cannot check it
Yeah.
out anymore.
So do you see the at the right there is a tab like campaigns. You can scroll up a little bit.
Yeah, campaigns. Yeah,
Yeah.
multi-campaign
So
runner.
you can. Mhm. And
Mm-hmm.
this also will add you not just ability to work with multiple campaigns, but it will show you some additional statistics dashboards. Let's hit
Mm-hmm.
on campaigns at the top, at the left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and there is two versions of statistics, like who we have in queue and process successful or failed. And another version, you can choose at the top activity,
Mm-hmm.
and it will show another statistics for you. Let's hit activity.
Yeah, activity.
So here we can see how many invited, how many accepted, message replied, followed, etc.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
can
Yeah.
we can set a date range to see statistics for a certain period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So also very useful.
Yeah, from different period. Yeah, I really like this view. I really like this. So yeah, now it's operating the campaign, and now I just had one action completed for an agency, and I think it just updated right away here. I think I saw something. Yeah, pretty cool. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. How to automate the entire LinkedIn messaging process in this whole video with tons of value from what I can see. Anything else? I think that's it, really.
Actually, I think we explained a lot more that we wanted at the beginning.
That was the
uh,
idea.
maybe in another video we should show something like custom variables and some deep personalization stuff.
Yeah,
But
get into some
not
details and
now.
then yeah, yeah. But anyway, let's see how this one runs. And if I want to like if I want to launch like several campaigns at the same time, like I just hit
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see. Yeah, makes sense. Gotcha. Well,
And
okay.
if you run, for example, 3 campaigns at a time, at the left side, this red button "Stop Campaigns Runner," it will stop all of them immediately, and you can work with the LinkedIn window through Link Helper manually. And when you hit this button again, it will run 3 campaigns that you had running before immediately.
So right
So
now, yeah.
at the left side, you can just hit the stop campaigns runner, and it will remember what campaigns are.
Ah, they were running before. Okay.
Yeah. So currently we have 2 campaigns. You see, quiet. So
Yeah.
these 2 campaigns will start when you hit the start campaigns runner.
Yeah. Okay. Start campaigns.
uh, at the single moment of time, the only one campaign is in use, but Link Helper automatically will rotate between them. So
Yeah.
one campaign uh, can go at some kind of timeout, then it will
Hmm.
pick up the other campaign.
And the limits are
Oh,
divided between these two campaigns.
they are divided, but not in exact order. Actually, the first campaign has more priority. But if you want to some kind of split, you can use, for example, like working hours for the actions or
Hmm.
some kind of stuff.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Okay. That sounds like awesome. Well, I think we really covered the entire subject. If you have any comments or questions, let me know down there. I'll be there to help you out. Thank you, Alexander, for your time and for showing this around because it's a super powerful tool. I was like, oh my God, it has so many features that are really not on the surface. So you should market it better.
I think we blowed our audience mind a little bit because we
It's
showed
okay. It's
too
okay.
much stuff.
All right. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.
Right.